Hello serious, welcome back to the same network, Study Abroad Made Easy with valeenovarah. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please ensure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, turn your post notifications bell on so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload my video, and please feel free to join my Telegram community of aspiring and current international students. The link is in the description down below. I also have a mailing list for aspiring and current international students. The link is in the description down below. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be revealing, I'm going to be very vulnerable in this video. I'm going to be revealing my transcript for my master's in cybersecurity with you guys. Okay, so in my last video, or maybe a video I uploaded like some days ago, I shared with you my master's in cybersecurity degree, but I didn't go in detail talking about my transcript, like what did I score in each course. No, I'm doing that in this video. So you're going to see what courses you take as a cybersecurity master's major, and what I got, like my grade in each of these courses, and if I had like any difficulties, I'll also share them. And if you have questions as to, you know, what cybersecurity is like, how to get into cybersecurity, the courses you would take, and how to navigate your way through the program, ask them in the comments down below, and I'll go ahead to answer those questions in the comments or make a different video for you. So let's dive right into today's video because I'm super excited. If you have more questions or more video ideas, please drop them in the comments and I'll make those videos as well. So let's start off by, let me screen record so you guys can see what my screen looks like. Okay, while I'm at it, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. It will help me grow and it will also push this video to the people that need it. Okay, so now this is my transcript, as you can see right here. This is the University of Alabama. If you don't know how to like get your transcript once you graduate, it's pretty easy. You can log in, you have a portal, a student portal. So what I did, I logged into my student portal and I requested for my transcript, and I was made to pay a fee. I paid that fee and it took them less than 24 hours to get my transcript ready for me, which is not the case for like any university back in Nigeria. It took me a while to get my transcript ready, but here it took me less than 24 hours to get my transcript. So it's pretty easy. It's very easy. So if you graduate, you should get it. I don't know how it's done in other schools, but in the University of Alabama at Birmingham, it was pretty easy for me. So like here, see that the level, this is my program, is a graduate program. The program is Masters in Cybersecurity. The school is College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, and this is my major, which is cybersecurity. And I had a concentration. My concentration was in cybercrime investigation. I enjoyed that concentration a lot because it opened my eyes to a lot of things. I am very passionate about cybercrime investigation, cybercrime prevention, and pretty much networking and building patterns and developing trends to be able to track down cyber criminals. Okay, so now let's move down. You see that my degree was awarded on the 12th of December 2020, and my GPA is 3.90. Okay, so 3.90, and I took like 30 hours total hours, and my points were 117. Okay, I don't know how that point came about, but it is what I'm seeing on my transcript, so we're just going to go ahead with it. So remember, I got my admission in fall, but I deferred to spring of 2019. So I was supposed to start in fall of 2018, but I started January of 2019. But I came here December 28th, I think, 2018. Okay, so my first semester was a spring semester. So let's take this like semester by semester. Okay, so for the spring term 2019, you can see that they would tell you what your standing was. Is it good? Is it bad? What is it like? So I had a good standing, because if you don't have a good standing, you will not proceed to the next semester. You'll be on probation, and you might even be, your admission might even be terminated and you'll be sent back to your home country. So I had a good standing. So I took 3 courses in my spring semester. The reason was because when I came, I remembered I wanted to like take all the courses in the world. I said sent an email to my course advisor. I was like, oh, I wanted to take more courses. And then he told me that I should take 3 courses only. And at the end of the semester, I understood why he wanted me to take just 3 courses. And I would advise you to please take just, 3 courses. Always have that communication with your course advisor. So I took cyber risk management, and I took digital media forensics, and I took modern cryptography, as you can see here. So I'm going to tell you, for cyber risk management, it was an online course. It was pretty interesting. All of my courses were interesting and challenging, to be honest. But I had A in this course. Okay, it was a 3 credit course. I had A in it, and a 3-hour course. Yeah. So and I also had in my digital media forensics, this was what introduced me to like analyzing data that you have on, a digital data, and just finding out information from that data, like your phones, your computer, your laptops, anything that is digital. That introduced me to like digital media forensics. Okay, I had A in that course as well. But for modern cryptography, remember in the video where I talked about my experience relocating to the US. I think that's the first video on this channel. I'll try to put the link, but if not, just search through my channel. I was struggling in the course, and I was also dealing with roommate crisis. So I just arrived in the US, and I was dealing with so many things at the same time. And I needed to have taken like a course before taking this course. I didn't do my research right. I didn't ask the right questions. So I made a lot of mistakes, which is why I keep telling people that, you need to network with people so you understand what's going on. I took this course. I wasn't supposed to take this course in spring. I was supposed to take this was a more advanced course. So I was struggling in the course, and I had a B. I think it was almost like an A. I think it was like 2 marks that got me off that A point. But the reason I'm so proud about this is because I was the only girl in the course. I think we were 15 taking that course, and I was wondering why we're just 15 in the class. But after the first midterm, we were down to 6, and I was still the only girl because everybody dropped the course. It was really, really challenging course. And remember, this is the same course that I was the highest in the midterm. Even when I had reached out to the professor, telling me, Professor, I'm struggling in your course. I don't know what to do. I don't feel like I can, I need help. And then he was like, oh, I'm scared for you for next semester. And I was still in that mood of struggling. I even had to go to the school to international office to tell them I want to withdraw the course, because it was that for the first time in my life. And they were willing to let me do that. But then I sat down and I asked myself, Valin, is this you? This is not you. You don't give up. You don't, run away from challenges. You have to stand up and do the work. And that was when I realized that, I have to do it, and I had to do it regardless of all the things I was dealing with at the time. And I was the highest in the midterm, and it made me feel so great about myself because I did excellently well. And I remember that after my finals, I answered all the questions. They told us to answer like 6 questions. I answered like 4 out of 6. I answered like 5. And I was wondering why I didn't get an A in that course. I even reached out to the professor. I was like, why didn't I get an A in this course? I had everything in the finals. I went through my course materials again, and I saw that I passed all of them. So what happened? And then he now told me that I answered the questions for PhD students instead of, I think I answered all of the 6 questions. He said 5 questions. He said I answered the questions for PhD students and did not answer 1 question for master's student, which I was supposed to be graded for. And I was like, oh my God. It was then I realized that he said I did not read the instruction, and the instruction said that there are some sections for master students and there are some sections for PhD students. But I just saw 6 questions, answer 4, and I went down. I was answering before I knew time was off, and I didn't realize that had happened. But I felt like it was really, too tough on me, because it could have actually graded me based on the things that I answered, since I even went ahead to answer for PhD students. Who sent you, Valin? But that happened. So this is something that you also need to learn. Read your instructions as you're answering your questions on the exam day, because you don't want to answer all the questions and then you don't get the grade for it. That's why you see a B there, because I was supposed to get an A there. Okay, so let's move on. For my fall term 2019, I also had a good standing. I took 4 courses. Okay, I think I took 3. Okay, I took 3 courses. I took 1 undergraduate course, and that was Introduction to Computer Science in Python. Python is very relevant in cybersecurity. Like, any programming language really is. But I saw that it was going to be used in most of the courses I was doing. Even this modern cryptography, Python was used all the encryption codes we wrote, all the decryption, everything we did was in Python. Although it was telling people that you can use any language that you're comfortable in, but Python seemed to be like the most, accepted programming language, somewhat. So I decided to take like an intro to Python course, which is an undergraduate course. So I had to do it. So it's possible for you to actually get that done, even though you're a master's student. You can take an undergraduate course. So I had to speak to my course advisor, and he gave me the go. So I had to speak to the person who was the course professor, and he had to put me through additional tests. He was testing my logical reasoning, everything, to see if I'm qualified for that course. I'm like, I'm a graduate student. What are you talking about? But I was able to prove to him that I can take the course. But then because I was taking my master's course and everything, I had a B in that course. I don't really like programming like that. Maybe it's because of the background I had. It wasn't really the best of backgrounds. So but I do so well in it, but then I had a B in my my Python course, and I took a computer forensics course. I realized that I do so well in my forensics courses, like digital media forensics, computer forensics, malware analysis, all of that. I do so well in them. So I always have an A. And the professor is also very like approachable. His approach to teaching is very different. So I enjoy taking his courses as well. And you can see that it's reflecting as well. So for computer forensics, I had an A, and then for networking, I had a B. And this networking, the same thing that happened with the cryptography thing happened with this networking. They had changed our professor midway. And we're like, was it midway, or it was a new professor? So he was still finding his footing. He didn't know so many things. And I think the previous professor had resigned very close to the start of the semester. So they were just trying to look for somebody. So I think it was a student that took the course, before, and then they made him the professor. So he did not really understand so many things. It made the class really challenging and difficult to grasp and understand. I remember was it the finals or the midterm? Because I did so well in the midterm and everything else. I can't remember, but I know something happened, and I even had to reach out to him. I'm like, okay, we had a group project. And even my group project, I think we had an A. Oh, it was a group project that brought us down. And the thing with group projects, you might do your best, do your bit, but they're going to judge you as a group. So when that thing is really challenging in a way that if you deserved an A, they might end up giving you a B, which might bring down your grade. Does that make sense? Because they are judging you as a team, not as an individual. There are areas where they will judge you as an individual. Maybe they give you a part of the project to work on, and then you do your part, but then overall, you're going to judge the overall project. So you need to be very careful when you're working in projects or in groups, so whenever you're working in like a group project, ensure that you have an understanding, ensure that as much as you're putting in your effort, you want to support every other person. So they put in their effort so that you will get that grade you're looking for. Because ultimately, even though you do your best, they will judge you as a person, but they will judge you as a whole. So that would also affect your grade at the end of the day. So that's why I don't necessarily like group projects, because it might bring down your GPA, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next so for this semester I had a 3.5 out of a 4.0. In the spring semester I had a 3.66 out of a 4.0. So the spring term 2020, that spring term, that was when the pandemic hit, to be honest, but I had a 4.0 in that term. So for the spring term 2020, you can see that I have a good standing here as well. So I took 3 courses. So you can notice the pattern that it's always 3 courses. You might think, 3 courses, they are just so small. No, these 3 courses are It's a graduate course. So don't joke with your courses. Those 3 courses are like 9 courses, to be honest, okay? Because you're doing assignments in each of these courses, you're doing midterms in each of these courses, you're doing projects in each of these courses, and they are on a weekly basis. So you don't even have time for yourself, not to talk of, all these courses. So the smaller, the better, all right? And I think for international students, you have to take at least 3 courses, which I think is maybe 9 credit courses for the semester, but you need to find out from your school. They will let you know, because if you don't meet up, you will not be admitted for that term. You will not be in good standing. So they will definitely ensure that you are registering for the required credits per semester. So I took network security. I had an A. Like I said, I love networking, but I had an A in this course. And I took law, evidence, and procedure. This one was really exciting because we're reading a whole textbook during the course, and it was fun. Every class was a chapter, and each person had to like read up on it. So it was really fun. Then I took fraud examination. Fraud examination is an accounting course. It's somewhat related because my concentration is cybercrime investigation. So I was doing a lot of fraud examination, fraud investigation. So I needed to take that course. So you don't have to take it. This was more of like, if you see the course code is AC, is an accounting course. And I struggled in this course, even though I didn't have any accounting background. I was supposed to take an accounting prerequisite first to be able to do well in this course. But regardless of the challenge, I was able to pull through, and I was able to get an A in that course as well. So I think I should make a different video to actually criticize, or is this say criticize now? I'll talk about the cybersecurity structure, like the course curriculum at the University of Alabama and Birmingham, and just share with you, in case you're thinking of coming to UAB, share with you how to actually structure the courses, which courses you should take in which semester, and whatnot. Because I think after about a year, I realized that the courses I chose were really, I should have done better, because I was choosing them wrongly. Some courses are meant to be taken before others, but if you take the advanced one before the simpler one, you will struggle in that course, okay? So yeah, so I took these 3 courses and I had a 4.0 in that semester. That was for the spring term 2020. And that was the time that the pandemic hit. Even in that pandemic, all of a sudden, it was really hard because we started to take all the classes online instead of, in person. And then in my summer term 2020, I took some courses in the summer because I wasn't really doing anything. And then there were courses I felt like I should take. So if you are taking more courses than is required, you will pay more money. And it means that your summer, you cannot work full time, because if you're in class during the summer, you will not be able to work full time. But if you're not in class, then you can work 40 hours a week, which means more money for you. But here I was, not only was I taking full-time courses, I wasn't making as much money as is expected for an international student during the summer, because that's like our Christmas here in the United States of America. So I paid money and I was losing money, if that makes sense. I paid money for the courses I was taking, and I was losing money because I wasn't working 40 hours a week. Rather, I was working 20 hours a week. And I think it reduced because of my classes as well. So for this summer class, I was also in good standing. I took 2 courses. I took malware analysis and I took cloud computing. I felt like I needed to, take that malware course because, it's very important in cybersecurity. So I wanted to take it. It wasn't required. Like, if you wanted a different pathway, you don't have to take the malware analysis, but I felt like I needed to. And where I was working at the UAB Computer Forensics and Research Laboratory, we were doing some malware projects. And I was actually, I had just been added to the malware, project for a client, a big tech client that So I felt like I needed to take that course. And I think my professor even started off by having us come into the course, like the classroom, and take the course, just because we are on that project, okay? But finally, I just said to myself, you know what, I'm going to take this course, and I signed up for it, and I took the course. I also took cloud computing. Cloud computing is basically, AWS, all of those cloud security things. I think I took another course, cloud security, that we'll talk about that very soon. So yeah, in this semester, which was the summer of 2020, I had a 4.0 as well, as you can see, for the summer term 2020. And now my last semester was the fall term 2020. So I took 3 courses. I did an internship. My internship is a different story because this one was really heartbreaking. I had gotten an internship at this great company, and I was working from home because of the pandemic, so I was not able to travel there. But because the internship was not on campus, they said that they had canceled my internship. because they were doing some documentation for me. I think I uploaded a video where I shared that. So I'll try to add the link here, how I lost my internship. I made a video when I got the internship. I was like, oh, how I got my first internship in the US. You see the video, check through my channel. And then I lost the internship, and I made a video to update you guys, because, I've been in the business of sharing my journey with you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you learn from my experience. So if you want to know how I lost that internship, go watch that video. And I actually paid for that internship. So it was really hard on me. And, I finally completed the internship in school. So they had to do like some sort of transfer, because I had already signed up for the internship program. I had already paid for it, and I had lost it. So they had to, I spoke to the internship coordinator, and she was able to navigate and help me complete my internship on campus, just so that I can get my grades for that course. So, and the internship is called the Graduate Internship in Criminal Justice. So I had an A in that course, and I did cloud security as well. I had an A, and then I did computer security as well. I had an A. So I had a 4.0 in this course. And for the cloud security, there were a lot of projects, cloud-based projects, group projects. I think in this semester, it was hard because the pandemic was really very hard at this point, and it was really terrible because I remember hearing all the stories in Nigeria. I think it was the time that thing was happening in Nigeria, the Sorosoke, this NSAS was happening, a lot of deaths, my mental health was at risk. I was just not there. I was struggling. I was dealing with so many things. So I think I was dealing with losses, terrible news, and I was dealing with like financial wahala, so it was just a lot. But my group was very understanding. Not everybody in the group understood. There was a lady the girl that I thought was going to be very understanding. I was reaching out to her. I was like very open and vulnerable to her. But she was like, the way she treated me made me regret even opening up to her. And then I just said to myself, it was very close to the deadline, and I spoke to one guy in the project, and then the guy was like, oh my God, Valeene, I didn't know you were dealing with all of this. Don't worry, I can help you. I can, if you need to take some time, let me know, blah, 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 blah. I think I was even missing my assignments too. One of the TAs had sent me an email that I missed the deadline for one of the, so I was just scattered, and I had to open up to the TA, and the TA was very understanding. So I had the thing done, but I was not even following up anymore. So I was able to I was not following my schedule. So it's very important for you to have a schedule for yourself here as an international student. If you need me to make a video on how to plan out your time and manage your schedule or create a schedule for yourself, let me know in the comments as well. So yeah, the TA was able to, listen to me and made me feel very, very okay, like very supported. So I sent it that same moment, and I had my grade. So the person that I spoke to in my project, the guy, not the girl this time, was also very open and welcoming and supportive. And the person might not necessarily do the work for you, but just knowing that somebody understood to the point where they know that in case you don't meet up with the time, this is why, because you're dealing with so much, just so that they don't feel like you're not putting in enough. So that's all I needed, just so they know that I'm not putting, because I want you to know that I'm doing the work, even though I'm dealing with, like, I want to die. I want you to know that I'm doing the work. So you don't know that I'm giving excuses because I'm sick or I have mental health issues or whatever. No, I'm doing the work. This is everything happening, but I'm doing the work. I'll get it done. I may not get it done in 5 o'clock. I may get it done in 6. Okay, so just so you know. So I just wanted somebody to acknowledge that this was going to happen. So that's it. But that person was, welcoming, and it was after the guy said some things in the group, like Valeene is dealing with some things back home, Nigeria is going through so much, blah, 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 that the girl now started, oh, don't worry, I can help you. I was like, girl, bye. But yeah, so that's it, guys. So you can see that I had a 3.84. They did not add my 3 point from the undergraduate course that I took. I don't know why they did not add my undergraduate grade that I made. So that could have pushed me to 3.90 or 3.95 over 4.0. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe if you take undergraduate courses as a graduate student, you will not get the grade for it. So that's something you also need to figure out, because you will pay for it, but you will not get the grade in your transcript. It will be showing there, but it will not reflect in the overall CGPA. Like you can see here, this is the overall CGPA for my graduate. It's 3.84. 3.84, and this is the overall CGPA for my undergrad is 3.0. So if they had added it, I would have gotten like 3.90. So yes, guys, this is the end of this video. I don't know if it's too long, but yeah, I was able to open up and share my courses, everything I took during my master's in cybersecurity program at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. I think I should make a different video just to let you know if you should consider taking that program at UAB or not, and just my personal experience going forward, and how you should structure the curriculum to suit you, the courses you should take first before the others, just so you can excel well, because now I know better. During my time, I didn't know better. And even how to research your professors, to know the professors that you should sign up to their classes, because if I had done the things or know the things that I know now at the time, I wouldn't have taken that course with that professor. I would have waited for another professor to take the cryptography course. So yes, guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have more questions, please drop them in the comments down below. I'll answer those questions, or I'll make a different video to answer your questions if it requires me making a different video. So yes, guys, I will see you guys in my next video, and until then, I remain valeenovarah, and I pledge to never give up, and I hope that you do the same. Bye, guys.